White starts his game by playing king pawn e2 to e4. Black responds by playing his queen pawn d7 to d5, attacking White's king pawn at e4. White's king pawn e4 captures Black's queen pawn d5. Black queen at d8 captures this white pawn at d5. To attack this black queen at d5, White's knight at b1 jumps to c3. Black queen protected from c3 knight's attack by moving from d5 to a5. White plays his queen pawn d2 to d4 to control the center. Black's queen knight at b8 jumps to c6 to attack the d4 pawn. White moves his d4 pawn to d5 and attacks the black c6 knight. Black moves his c6 knight to b4 and attacks White's c2 and d5 pawn. White plays his pawn at a2 to a3 to attack this advanced knight at b4. Black moves his white diagonal bishop at c8 to f5 and double attacks the c2 pawn with bishop and knight, although he knows that his knight is in danger. White moves his white diagonal bishop at f1 to b5 and gives check to black king, as he knows that if he captures the knight at b4, the queen will capture his rook at a1. Black moves his pawn from c7 to c6 and saves his check to king from bishop. White captures black knight at b4 with his pawn at a3 and allows queen to capture his rook at a1. Black queen at a5 captures the white rook at a1. White captures c6 pawn with his queen d5 pawn and threatens black king with bishop's discount check. Black moves his rook at a8 to d8, supported by his king at e8, and attacks the white queen at d1. Black moves his c6 pawn to c7, attacking rook at d8 and giving discount check to black king by bishop at b5. White diagonal black bishop at f5 moves to d7 to protect the check to his king from bishop at b5. White queen at d1 captures bishop at d7 and gives check to black king in support of bishop b5. Rook at d8 captures the queen at d7 and protects the black king from queen check. White pawn at c7 is moved to c8 and promoted as a rook and gives check to black king, and it's a mate, as rook at d7 is pinned by bishop b5.